What's up, everyone? This is CrossCountryRoads, and I'm here today making another audio blog, which is going to discuss the plans for my upcoming mega Clinchaton trip. And really, that'll be the bulk of this. I don't have much other news to address other than that. I will just note about the site redesigns coming along as planned. It's about like 30% done or something, so roughly 1/3 of the way done, and that, as I said previously, is still on track to be done sometime this summer. So work on that is continuing along on a day-to-day basis. And on to the upcoming trip plans. I'm just going to keep this as brief and short and to the point as possible, so that actually, people might listen to the whole thing. Because sometimes when you ramble on for 15 plus minutes, like I did before, people tend to lose interest pretty quickly. But all right, so straight to the point. What I'm going to do, it's going to be a trip to the northwest and the west, primarily. About 7,500 miles total. Highlights along the way in terms of the major cities and areas I'll be going through include Chicago. I'll be clinching stuff there. The Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Two border clinchings in North Dakota and Montana. Going another place is Salt Lake City. I'll be going through and around, and Denver, Omaha. So that's really about the main city areas along the way. And now to detail those further, I'll just run through the whole thing here. Starting out in Ohio, I'm going to cover I-475 both directions. That will, upon clinching that'll clinch the entire state of Ohio's interstate highways for me. I'm also going to refilm and photograph I-280 while I'm at it in the Toledo area. Both of those roads are in the Toledo area. There I'll continue along on the Ohio Turnpike, Indiana Toll Road, I-80 west to I-94 in Illinois. I'm going to take that up into Chicago. In the Chicago area, I'm going to cover I-290, I-355, I-190, which is just a short little spur to O'Hare International Airport. And I'll probably do a little bonus little airport loop tour just for the heck of it. Continuing on I-94 west into Wisconsin. Milwaukee, I think I forgot to mention that when I listed all the cities I'll be covering in Milwaukee. I-894 and I-794, as well as all I-94, obviously. From there I'll be heading west on I-94 into Minnesota, Twin Cities. Going to clinch I-694, I-494, I-394 there. Then continue on I-94 in North Dakota to Fargo. I'm going to take I-29 north up to the border. That'll clinch everything. That'll clinch most of I-29 for me. I'm going to run it down, cover it all southbound as well, then return to Fargo, continue on I-94 west. Bismarck, I'm going to just take a short little jaunt on the unsigned I-194. Only 3 miles long or something, so be covering that additionally. Continuing on I-94 west into Montana, I'm going to cover the rest of it to its western terminus at I-90 in Billings. Billings, I'm going to take I-90 over to Butte and up I-15 to the border. That'll be the second border turnaround of the trip, and I'm going to come back down I-15 continue on I-90 west all the way into and through Idaho. And once I clinch it in Idaho, I'm just going to turn around and come back I-90 east all the way back to Butte. In Butte, I'm also going to get I-115, very short spur there, but it's signed, so I will clinch it. Then I'm going to continue on I-15 south into Idaho, and I take I-86 west, re-clinch that in the other direction. And I'm going to finish off I-84 in Idaho by taking it east into Utah to I-15. I-15 I'm going to continue, I'm going to go north back into Idaho on it, up to I-86 to finish the clinch of I-15 in Idaho, and in turn the clinch of all the interstates in Idaho. Then I'm going to continue back down I-15 back into Utah. I'm going to finish off I-84 in Utah while I'm on it. I'm going to come back to I-15, continue south on that, I-215, Salt Lake City area. I'm going to clinch all of I-215, both directions. Then continue on I-15 south again, down to I-70 in Cove Fort, Utah. And I'm going to take I-70 east all the way through Utah and through much of Colorado to Denver. That's a stretch I look forward to finally getting to film and photograph, because the only time I've been on it was before I was doing this, so I have no documentation of it at all. But I do have it clinched, but you know, I'm going to redo it because it's a pretty cool stretch. Then in Denver, I'm going to clinch I-225 and I-270. Then I'm going to clinch I-76 east up into Nebraska, cover the 2.5 miles of it in Nebraska as well. Then I'm going to continue on I-80 east in Nebraska all the way to the Omaha area, where I'm going to jump off and get I-680 and I-480 in both Nebraska and Iowa side of the river. Then I'm going to return back to I-80 east, continue all the way across, well, first to Des Moines, Iowa. I'm going to re-clinch 235, both directions. And I'll continue on I-80 east to the Davenport, Bettendorf area, where I'm going to re-clinch I-74 in Iowa and I-280 in both Iowa and Illinois. From there, continue on I-80 east across the Mississippi River, where I'm going to catch I-88 east in Illinois and clinch it completely into Chicago. From there, that'll put me back at I-290. I'm going to take that to 94 east, 90 and 94 east, Dan Ryan. I'm going to take that to 57 south, take that to I-80 east, and from there, really a straight shot back, I-80 east. That's really it. 7,500 miles or so total. A lot of ground to cover, a lot of new roads, and I'm retreading some ones I've been on before but don't have documented. So overall, it'll be a big step forward, and I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing photos and video from it as much as I am looking forward to filming them and photographing them. And this trip will take about 12 days, and will put me into next month. So here coming up at the end of next week, throughout the rest of this month, there won't be any site updates or anything, obviously, because I'll be away capturing more content. So anyway, I hope you'll stay tuned during that time and wait until I get some time to post the new content and finish off this site redesign to hopefully make the experience better for everyone. And till then, that's really all I had. Any questions about the trip or anything, you can leave them in the comments. You can email me, however you want to do it. That's it. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep this short, so I'll cut it off here. And we'll talk to you in the next audio blog, whenever that may be. Take care. We'll see ya.